All right, so now you know there's no secrets. This meeting is being recorded. So let's get up on our little sitables. Maybe cross here for a moment at your ankles or just get your legs wherever it is they're comfortable. I'm going to take my hands out to my thighs and pull my elbows and shoulders back slightly. Move my chin in and take a few deep breaths just to clear the air. So move your breath down low. And each time you exhale, feel the spine grow up. Just get a little longer. And inhale, feel your chest open, your ribs open, your abdominals kind of move out of the way here, making space. And exhale. Feel the spine grow. Good. One more big breath. Good. And then let's just begin with a little light movement with our neck. So your ear can float to one shoulder and right back up. Just letting side to side movement. The weight of the head can guide this as you go. And then as it feels comfortable, let one shoulder come up towards the ears. You're coming down. Good. So maybe a little deeper neck stretch. My right side's really saying hello. All right, and then let's move our chin down and then move the chin up, letting the front of the throat stretch. And then the chin moves down. And then right back up. Good. Let's hold our chin in a nice neutral place and roll two shoulders. Good. And then releasing that. And taking the shoulders back, maybe one shoulder back and then the other. Good. And then from here, let's take your fingertips on one hand to your shoulder and then let the arm just circle there, the upper arm bone in your shoulder socket. Good. Allow it to come the other way, maybe even also crossing your midline. Good. Let's pause and move the elbow out and then stretch, reach the fingertips, reach the wrist. So you're just kind of curl to the elbow. The fingertips move down and then right back up. Try that again. Good. From here, go ahead, exhale, allow that arm to rest, and we'll find same movements, other side. Just begin with a little circle of the arm, really, choose your range of motion. So your shoulders may not feel the same. You might need to go a little slower. Good. And now make sure you're getting that arm to cross the midline of your body. Good. And then we're going to pause with this elbow reaching out and then exhale with the fingertips pull down. Good. Try that a few times. Big stretch into the wrist. Good. Try it one more time. Good. And then from here, go ahead, bring your fingertips on that hand forward. Stretch the front of the wrist. Good. One more big breath there. Switching sides. Good. Try to keep the shoulders even as you're stretching your wrists. Good. And then we're going to take hands to elbows and let the two arms come up for a moment. And from here, let the rib cage move side to side. So now taking some stretch, some movements a little lower. Good. Good. And from here, now take a few little twists just with the ribs. Letting the back lengthen up. And then let's make a few circles with your arms. Take them around the other way. Beautiful. And then from there, inhale, open the arms wide, bring the palms now back behind you, open your chest. And then let the head move forward just any amount, letting the arms float up. And then exhaling to lengthen back up. Head moves down towards your ankles. Inhale, a big stretch up. And exhale, floating down. Inhale, stretching, moving up. Good, feeling the back of the neck, throat. Inhale, let's sit tall just one more time. Good, and from here, take your ribs and sweep around. Good, and then changing the direction there. Oh, excellent. So hands back to the hips. Let's take your legs, and I'm going to open kind of wide here and get my weight anchored on my sitting bones. Inhale, take two arms up and then move them out. Good. So just start to feel a length in your back through the arms as they float up. Go ahead, change the direction. Feeling, finding range of motion. Good. And then pause with your arms up. Pull one elbow to a knee. Inhale and exhale. Find opposite elbow moving towards your knee. Good. Inhale and exhale, floating over. Inhale and exhale. Good. Back through your center, hands to the thighs. Inhale, the sternum reaches forward. Exhale, reach and melt back. So I'm going to take my hands to the thighs and hinge here. Inhale, bring your weight forward. And exhale, moving the weight back. Inhale, coming forward, making a long stretch of your back. And exhale. Good. One more time. And from here, after you hinge back, feel yourself sit tall and then bring your weight into the sitting bones as the two legs extend. Check in with your neck once again. Good. Just noticing where you're holding tension. Chin down and up. Good. And then so from here, I'm going to take my arms out and reach my right arm back behind me and just create some rotation toward my right leg. So I've got my left hand here on the thigh. If it feels nice, now you can extend out over that leg, keeping one hand behind you. And we'll inhale, sit that back up nice and tall. Exhale, take the two arms out. Open the chest, find a little back bend. And then from there, rotate towards your left leg or whichever leg you haven't done yet. And we're going to extend out over. We'll inhale, slide, bring ourselves back up. Open the chest, bring the hands this time back behind the head. Let your head rest here. Good, and now hands on top of your neck. I'm on top of the head as your head comes down, getting a little stretch in the neck. Inhale, we'll lengthen the two arms. And exhale, reach towards one leg, top arm over. Good. Send a little energy through your fingers. Check your wrist. Good. Roll in and out, head of the shoulder. And exhale, floating up. Reach the rib cage long. Good. And then same thing, take the top arm over the ear. Good. Rolling up, rolling out, circling the wrist. And exhale, sitting all the way up nice and tall. Let's slide your right leg and left leg in and sweep the two arms so you sit all the way up. And then exhale and float down. Stretch your sternum towards your shins. And from here, we're going to inhale, bring ourselves all the way back up and slide your left leg in. Good, so you can sit tall. And now twist towards that leg, getting length as you twist. Good. Inhale, returning to the center. Open the knee to the side. Sweep the two arms up, stretch over the leg. Good. Inhale. And then from here, we're going to bend the extended leg. Bring it in, slide the opposite leg out. And inhale, reach the arms up. Feel the low back. Lengthen up. Oh. And then exhale. Take that length into your twist as you come towards this leg. Good. And then we'll inhale, sweep both arms back up. Open the knee to the side. Exhale, float forward. And once again, back up nice and tall. Long spine. If you can, you'll open two knees. Bring your heels together. Hands to the ankles. And again, check your neck, right and left, side to side. Roll through the shoulders. And press the heels in as you feel this hip crease area open. Okay, it might feel comfortable to take the feet to the floor and lift the pelvis just a little bit up. And then exhale, we're gonna come down and start moving towards the mat. So I'm gonna take my left side to face the pantalla, to face the screen. And then inhale, move my lumbar spine towards my thighs. I'm going to take opposite hand to ankle for a moment. And exhale, hinge back. Good. So this is giving me a big stretch in my upper back. Inhale, sitting up. Change the cross of the hands, still crossed at your muñecas. And then exhale, round back. Good. Inhale, sitting up. Change the cross, but then this time take your hands to the thigh bones. Good. And you're going to hinge back maybe a little bit deeper. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, change the cross so you have the opposite arm in front. And we'll exhale, hinge back just one more time. Good. Inhale now. Take your hands to the outsides of the thighs. And then if it feels nice, lightly just rock a few times on your back. Maybe balancing for a moment. Good. Or you can just roll straight to the floor and stay there. If it feels nice, rock the back a hair. Good. Feeling ourselves coming up as evenly as we can. All right. After your next round, let's go ahead and rest for a moment on the floor. And in this position here, go ahead, extend right leg and lower it back down. Reach through the heel. Try that on the left side. So we're going to try this small movement just a few times. I want you to feel that the backbone stay even and steady as the heel rises up. Good. If it helps you to put your hands on your belly and kind of feel the navel pull in as the leg lifts, that can be a good thing. Good. So now with just your right leg, let's bicycle that leg just a few times. So feel your quadricep, your hip flexors waking up. Good. Bicycle the leg really nice and slow. Other side, other direction. And then let's try that same movement with the left leg. So now you'll just let the leg slowly bicycle. Good. Really focus on controlling the descent of the leg. And now change the direction. Good. And then let's pause there for a moment. Open the arms to a T shape and then just rock the back nice and light, side to side. You can, if you like, bring your knees down towards one elbow and then right back up. Knees towards the other elbow and up. Good. It's just a massage. And then from there, with your legs back in the center, lightly circle the legs a few times. And circle the other way. Good. And then from here, let's put your 2 feet on the floor. Just with your right leg only, kind of hop the foot down and up. So toe ball heel springing through the foot as you lift. Good. Exhale. Try that on the other side. Just a nice little spring through the foot, keeping everything else stable. Good. So then from there, we're going to sweep the arms down to the sides, push into the feet, and let the pelvis come up. The heels can press in as the sitting bones lift. Trying to find that balance in the pelvis between your two hip bones. So you want to feel that your right and left hip are lifted evenly. And then let's exhale and release that. Bring your right knee over the hip and take your left leg out. And then we're just going to lightly change the legs. One leg and then the other. Exhale, reaching out. Good. We're going to pause once again with your 2 feet over your sitting bones and then lightly let 2 feet tap into the floor and then lift. Good. Shoulder blades staying together, feeling that stability in your core, keeping your low back stable. Push both feet down once again. Exhale, let the pelvis rise up. Give this a few breaths. Now, this time you could take your palms together and walk your shoulder blades in a little bit more. The arm bones press down. Compress into your feet and maybe even lift the ribs up. And then from there, let's open the arms. Guide the pelvis to the floor. Bring your right knee over the hip. And then the left leg extends. And then we're going to just lightly bicycle the legs. Go ahead, changing the direction there. Good. We'll pause with your two legs in the air now. And then just take a few little circles. Good. And a few circles the other way. Keeping the knees as soft as you need to, really feeling this connected in the belly and almost like a little massage through the hips. Let's pause with the legs wide. Bend the knees, take your hands to your shin bones and lightly rock the back. And now if you like, place your left foot on the floor, your right leg over it, almost cross like you would sitting. And then you'll press the arm bones down and lift the pelvis again. Just a few breaths. And then you can release those bones slowly back down. Lift the knees over your chest. Take your hands, if you can, to your ankles. And a light rock of the back. And from here, you can place the left foot back down on the floor. Walk it slightly over to the right. And then take your knees to the left. And pushing into the feet, we'll bring that back up, knees over the chest. Taking a moment once again, you'll cross your left leg, now this time over the right. The right foot goes down first. Arms in at your sides, lift the pelvis up. Slowly setting those bones down. Exhale, legs over your chest, hands to your ankles. And you can create a light little rocking. This time we'll set the feet on the floor. Take your right foot to the left. And then take your knees over to the right. And then we'll bring that back through to the center and unfold the two legs. And we'll bring our arms to our sides. Now, if it feels comfortable, let the tailbone come up and then lightly set those bones down. Tailbone can move up and lightly come back down. One more time. Tailbone can lift and lightly come down. Good. And then with the two legs, draw just a few circles here. Take those legs the other way. Good. And then I'm going to take my hands just behind my right leg. And exhale, let my pelvis roll up if it wants. Good. Slowly releasing down. I'll now try that with the left. My hands just sliding behind the left leg. And then exhale, letting that come down. Now, two hands to your two legs. Maybe reaching the hands here into the thighs. And then the toes can lower and your back can stretch. Exhale, slowly lower the pelvis now. Down, fold the knees in over your chest. Exhale, lift your head so your gaze comes up to your belly button. And then we'll melt the knees in, lower the head. Oh, really let the front of the hip stretch deep here. And then we're going to open the knees to the side and let the feet now come down to the floor. Good. Feel a big stretch through your pelvis. May feel comfortable to lift the pelvis in this position. And then we'll release that down. I'm going to take my left arm, which is closest to the computer screen, up and then roll myself onto that side. Top hand to the hip, open and close the knee. And just feel that steadiness, the ease. Good. And then from there, holding the leg open, take the top arm up. Let the elbow and the knee move together. Good. And then let's exhale, allow those limbs to extend. Good. And then from here, let this top leg come up. Maybe a hand to the ankle. And then you can slide the bottom leg down. The foot can now move to the thigh. Top arm up. Take a little fallen tree pose stretch. And from here, the top leg travels down. And the top arm can just sweep a few times in a circle. Good, and you can change the direction. And then we'll take the top arm all the way back. Use an exhale and pull the body just into a little ball for a moment. And then we're going to push with the top hand and find ourselves on the other side. Slowly. Lowering our weight down, beginning with both legs bent, top hand to the hip, and you can open and close just a few times. Good. On your next round, go ahead, hold the knee open, and then the elbow, the knee can reach together. Maybe inhaling as the limbs lower, exhale to lift them. Good. And then if it feels nice, create a little length there. Good. At your next round here, go ahead, pause. And maybe take your hand here to your ankle. When it feels nice, go ahead, lengthen out the bottom leg. A big breath, stretching the hips. And then from here, we're going to let the foot fold in towards the thigh bone. Good. This top arm can travel up. Good. So as the foot presses into the thigh, you can really feel the hip crease open, the knee joint moves down and back. And then from here, we'll take the top knee forward and then just sweep through the arm. And take it the other way. And then you can let that arm just stretch behind you. And then once again from this position, we'll just curl into a ball and push with your front hand and exhale, bring ourselves up, and we'll find all fours for a moment. So begin with your palms under your shoulders, and then we're going to reach our thighs back, and then just bring the thighs a little forward. Good. Try this just a few times. Nice, slow, easy movement. Really feel that lowering and then pulling back. Let's go ahead, pause with the thighs moving up and back. Let the head come down and get a big stretch in the upper back. Good. This time we'll come back up and take a little cat cow now. Good. You're letting the head and tail move apart. Good. And then let's pause. Let the head stay steady and then just make a few circles with your hips. Good. And let that travel the other way. Good. And then from there, steadying the hips once again. Let the top of your head come to the floor. And maybe now bring your palms together behind you. Let the arms stretch away from the body. Good. Move the tailbone back and come into a child's pose. So the tops of the feet can stretch down into the floor. And now let's take our arms and stretch dive into the mat, letting the hips come down. And take a second here. So we'll curl our 10 toes under and just lightly a few times lift and lower the hips and pelvis. So kind of piking up and exhaling, allowing that to release. Piking up. Good, try one more time. And then we're going to let that release and press your fingertips into the floor and allow the elbows to float up. Chin over one shoulder and then over the other. Good, chin down and up. Good, chin. Take your gaze and maybe look towards your back toes. And then when you feel ready, slowly let that release down. We'll sweep, reach your arms back behind you. Once again, take the hands together over your tailbone, stretch, reach the arms away. And we're going to reach the tailbone to the heels. And exhale, lift your head and chest up. Keep pressing the tops of the feet down so the thigh bones are lengthening out. Good. Exhale, release. Let the arms come up your back and the elbows move wide. If you can, change the cross of the fingers to the opposite hand on top. Exhale, reach that away. This time you can bend the knees and let the hands and feet stretch towards each other. Head and chest lifting. Good. Exhale, releasing once again, feet to the floor. Legs down. You can walk the hands a little further up the back, a big stretch for the wrists. And from here, we'll let the fingertips come under the shoulders or maybe out from your head. Exhale, lift up. Move the elbows in under the shoulders, curl your toes underneath you, lift the hips, walk the knees in. Good, another big stretch of your back. And we're gonna slide, good, we've got time. Let the right knee slide underneath you and the left leg can reach back behind you. And take a second and rock the hip bones side to side. Good. And then from there, moving that left hip down, let the forearms come down to the floor. If you'd like, cup your chin here in your two hands. Just let the hips stretch. Good. And from here, we'll press with the hands. Curl your back toes under. And now slide the left leg forward as the right leg reaches back behind you. Good. Stay here for a moment. Walk the two elbows out and lengthen your back. You can kind of rock the hips. Just feeling your spine grow, your low back release to the floor. And when you feel ready, once again, we'll just press the forearms in. Exhale, move that weight back. Then we'll take your left arm, sweep it back behind you, and then tuck it underneath your rib cage. Your head can come down, that top arm can reach back onto your back. And then we'll melt some weight into the floor through the feet. Bring yourself back up. The opposite arm, reach back behind you for a moment. Scoop in and up under your belly. Opposite arm can pull onto the back. And then from here, once again, we're going to let the weight move back, pull up, and just come for a moment onto your sits bones. Just feel yourself sit tall. From here, I'm going to take my head down towards my toes. Feeling the outsides of my hips across the sacroiliac, stretching. Now we'll exhale, bring ourselves back up. And let the knees pull towards one another. And once again, if it feels nice, slowly move the weight back. Take your right ankle to your left thigh. Once again, get another little stretch for the glute. We'll unclasp and try that on the other side. And from here, we'll bring your 2 feet to the floor. Rock the hips just a little bit, side to side. And you'll open and close the knees with your feet together just a few times. And now let the knees open, pause, rest. And then let the legs extend out so you're out in an X shape. And begin to let the eyes close. Your jaw, your brow release. Start to feel the bones of your body where they make contact with the floor. Feel yourself here just held by gravity. Move the breath deep. Take a few more breaths just to make a little bit more space between you and the rest of the world. Just feeling your center more defined for you. When you feel ready, you can begin to lightly wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then just circle your ankles and your wrists. Take a long stretch with the arms up overhead. And then draw the knees in and just lightly rock the back side to side, front to back. Then we can roll to one side and push with our arms, find ourselves in a seated position. And just bring your palms together before the heart, bowing the head, closing the eyes. Your practice is a gift. Everyone, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Yay, we're back.